It has been 60 years since the occupation of Tibet by China, and the Tibetans in Tibet continue to suffer under its repressive regime. This year, on 6 November, China was reviewed for the third time for its human rights record under the Universal Periodic Review, popularly known as UPR, by the UN Human Rights Council. A total of 12 member states expressed concerns over human rights violations in Tibet, in particular, freedom of religion and belief, freedom of expression and opinion, freedom of movement and assembly, the imprisonment of language advocate Tashi Wangchuk, crackdown on Tibetan Buddhist lamas, and called for unhindered access to diplomats and UN representatives to Tibet. Out of these 12, 9 member states made a total of 12 recommendations on Tibet.
End prosecution and persecution on the basis of religion or belief, including for Muslims, Christians, Tibetan Buddhists, and Falun Gong.
The government to facilitate full access to Xinjiang and Tibet for all relevant UN special procedures.
And guaranteeing religious freedom of religion and belief, including in Tibet and Xinjiang. Guarantee freedom of expression, assembly and association, including in Hong Kong.
Respect, protect and fulfil the right to freedom of thought, conscience and religion in accordance with General Comment 22 of the HRC. To this end, New Zealand recommends that China resume the two-way dialogue on Tibet.
To take urgent steps to respect the rights of persons belonging to ethnic minorities, including the rights to peaceful assembly, to manifest religion and culture, in particular in Xinjiang in Tibet.
It should respect all human rights of the Tibetan people and other minorities, including the importance of a safe, clean, healthy and sustainable environment, which is vital for the enjoyment of a number of these rights.
Cease restrictions on Uyghurs and Tibetans' freedom of movement and allow media, UN and foreign officials access to Xinjiang and Tibet.
Cease harassment and extraterritorial abduction of human rights defenders and their family members. Cease house arrest and travel restrictions for people based on their rights defense work. And release those imprisoned for such work, including Tashi Wangchuk, Ilam Tati, Huang Qi, Wang Chuanzhang. Cease interference in the selection and education of religious leaders such as Tibetan Buddhist lamas.
We hope that China addresses the concerns raised by the member states on Tibet and adopt all the 12 recommendations made on Tibet. China is due to adopt these recommendations in the March 2019 session of the UN Human Rights Council, and we appeal to the member states to ensure that China adopts all the 12 crucial recommendations on Tibet.